Leo. Welcome to your reading for March. Let's see. Excuse my table setup. I am in the process of making soap, so I had to move my table around. Alright. So for March, I'm going to do an oracle reading using the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck. I'm going to do a tarot reading for you with the Linestrider Tarot, which I will clarify with the Kipper deck. And then for whatever question that you have that you would like answered, I will answer it for you at the end of the reading. So all the cards have been shuffled except for this one. I'll shuffle that when you ask your question. Okay. All right, Leo. I like this here for you. So this month, now I'm going to tell you every reading I've done so far, this card's come out, okay? Which, you know, this really just hits a home run here for us in March because, I mean, we've got the spring equinox coming up. So, yeah, first day of spring is like on the 20th of this month. So there's a rebirth going on, like on a collective level for everyone. I mean, I definitely feel that for everybody. And then, so where this applies for you is this is going to be something that you're experiencing the whole month. These openings, these blossomings coming from within. Because this is definitely coming from within. So if you're trying to get deep with yourself, then get deep with yourself, because I'm telling you, like, I feel like I've never said this before, but man, does it make so much sense. So it's like, because some people won't get very deep, some people won't go deep, but you know, and it's those people that get, you know, those which would be, well, you know, surface level results. Okay? Mediocre results. It's like, you know, when you go within and start digging real deep, I'm talking about deep, then that's when you get real deep results. High quality results. So it's like, however, man, boy, my third eye is like, why, yeah. So, I really went there. Anyways, so this blossoming that's going on for you, this is going to be, you know, this is nothing to get restless or anxious about, because this is something that comes naturally from within. This is where you're going to have to use not allow your ego to block you this month from really looking or digging deep, because the ego is the thing that will block you or hold you back. It keeps you separated because it doesn't want to do that type of work, because that type of work is scary, and it doesn't want to face the mistakes or its actions in the past. That's the ego, though. That's literally just the ego, because our divine self, our light self, our angelic self, or our soul, it has peace with all those things. It meets them with love and compassion, where our ego is scared. So don't let fear hold you back or keep you from looking deep within yourself. However deep you look is going to match the blossoming and the reward that comes from that search. I will just say that. Whatever this is, you have the power. Like, this is going to go as fast as you want it or as slow as you allow it. You have the power here. A natural cycle. So this is going to come natural. You have the beginning of the month, quiet time with Siege. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. So with this energy, you're spending time alone, you're looking deep. You're doing some type of, you could very well be soul searching this month. Especially if you feel like, and I feel like you've gotten to a point in your life where you are closing like one chapter. You're closing a chapter in your life. Now I don't know exactly your age bracket or what you're going through. So, but this is different for everyone. You might be closing a big chapter, and you could just be closing, some little chapters. Some of you could be leaving part 1 of the trilogy and going to book 2 of the trilogy. Some of you could just be finishing the trilogy, and now it's like, all right, what do I want to read next? What do I feel like? So, where are you within that dynamic in your life? Because that's where you really need to sit and find out, so that, because you also have cycles and rhythms here with Mauve. Honor the cycles of your body, your energy level, your emotions. So, like, this quiet time. Something within your energy, your body, your emotions said it wanted quiet time. You honored that. Now, again, with this Mauve, this cycles and rhythm, means this also reminds me of the ebb and, oh snap, reminds me of the ebb and flow card, the ocean, from the Earth Magic deck. It's like when the tide comes out, it also rolls back in, and then it comes out, and then it rolls back in. It's got a flow. It's got an ebb and a flow. So there's going to be ebbs and flows this month. Know that when these ebbs and flows come in, especially when you feel an ebb, then okay, I need to sit back and chill a minute. Because I'm telling you, like, when you get a feeling, especially in this energy or dynamic here, of needing to sit down a minute, then there's something within your body, your spirit, your mind, your heart, that's trying to come out, that needs you to sit down a minute and listen to it, check in, tune in, so you can get this message, or I just got special delivery. So anyways, the beginning of the month for you is definitely going to be a time of quiet time. I feel like you're going to notice some of these cycles and these rhythms. Like, the middle of the month is really after the full moon. And, we have an eclipse right here in the Kali card. So, there is an eclipse in April. I feel like because of this transformation, which is really deep down for you, is going on under the surface, that's front and center foremost. Because of those changes, you're having things in your life now that you're growing tired of, that you no longer want, that old things you want to get rid of, books you want to let go. Right now would be a good time for you, like, especially this month, but honor the cycles and the rhythms in your energy level, because you don't want to overdo it. But, you know, start spring cleaning. I mean, we got the end of this month, it's going to be spring cleaning time. But whatever these... Now, here's another thing. Now, this one right here, I'm going to tap on this for a minute, and then I'm going to move on, because I haven't mentioned anything about this card yet, because I'm not exactly sure how I feel about it just yet. But, anyways, she's talking to me now. So, okay. Okay. Let me get a sip of coffee.
Share it with a friend deal. Even if that friend is yourself. Your McDonald's.
Okay. This isn't going to be for all of you, but for somebody, you have these endings and these beginnings. The old must be released so that the new can enter. Which, this is you this month. You are putting, because of this change that you're going through, you've spent time alone to really dig deep to figure that out. So, it's like, here comes my chicken, Joan Jett, boy. You're going to have to kind of just tone her out a second. You know there are endings. You know there are things you got to let go of. And you are doing that. But let me ask you this. Are you doing it solo just by yourself? Or are you working with a higher power while you're doing this? I'm not exactly sure where you are, like, either in your religion or your spiritual beliefs. Like, however, whatever your little toolkit is when it comes to, you know, the other side or the other world or the other realm, the universe or your religion, whatever. It is a challenge for you this month. And this is why I think it's a challenge. You've got these things going on, and I don't know if these things that you have, because, you know, sometimes we can really get too much and too full into the physical realm, and we can sometimes set aside or push aside the spiritual realm. So, it's definitely, I feel like, the best to try to maintain like one foot in one and one foot in the other at all times and strive for balance between the two. At least that's how I roll with it. Now, if you get too much into the physical realm, you'll find yourself at some point in time, more than likely, where you will hit rock bottom, or you crash, or you trip and fall. And it's because you aren't looking or taking the spirit world with you. Like, if you think the spirit realm won't make you trip, that's one of the first things I ever learned when I went into and embraced my spiritual journey. An archangel made me trip. And when I tell you, when I trip, I almost face planted because of that. Anyways. Shout out to Archangel Raphael, boy. So, wherever you go in life, 1414 on the clock, take the spirit realm with you. Always, okay? Because it's the thing. It's the first thing and the thing that always has your back. Always. Okay? Ain't no person gonna have your back like the spirit realm will. And that includes like your fairies, your goblins, your unicorns, your coins, your feathers, your rainbows, your Bible or your cross or your little healing bowl that, or your sage. I mean, whatever it is, okay? So, these things, like your little tools, your little toolkit, whatever that may be, is really speaking to you this month. And for some reason, it almost feels like you might be trying to ignore it a little bit. So, either you've got these like healing bowls or the sage. I mean, this right here shouts at myself too, because I got like a whole little sector over there, and I only go to it about once or twice a day. So, but you know, when I go over to it, I only touch one thing. Now, which means I've neglected everything else around it. So it's like, you know, these things, when you start creating a relationship with these things, they start to speak to you. I don't know if you've ever noticed that. You can be at the grocery store and you could think of like, oh yeah, my healing bowl. Well, that healing bowl is talking to you while your ass is at the grocery store. Like, can you pick me up and play with me or ding me one time? Something. So, these things here are either trying to call out to you so that they can, you know, it's like, for example, the healing bowl, okay? You are asking for something. Maybe you're asking for clarity around an ending or a beginning or which way you should go or what you should do. But it's like the answer for you is always there. See, we're blocked by our ego. And our ego is on a very low frequency. So if you feel that healing bowl calling out to you, then pick it up and, you know, ding it or make it sing, whatever. Because it's like your mind may need to be tuned to that frequency in order to receive the message or the answer to your question about, or your insight that you're looking for in regards to an ending or a beginning or you taking off. I do honestly feel like that fine tuning right there is going to help bring in this prosperity, which is what lies for you at the end of the month. The universe is pouring its abundance out to you. Be open to receiving, because again, you've got this blossoming on, and whatever work you're doing, oh Lord, yes. Okay. Put that there. Okay, so you right here, Mary Magdalene, unconditional love. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. So this is almost like, I especially feel like at the end of the month, especially, this that you're going through, this is a cycle. You're closing out some cycles here. You're bringing a completion and an end to some cycles. And you hear my chickens? Whatever these closeouts are on these cycles, it's really going to bring you peace. Whatever it is, there's closure, completion, there's peace. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if you started singing 999. So, because of this closure and this completion, you're going to end up being like this. I mean, her too as well, because this is you and then this is your environment. So it's like, because I feel that whatever this is really going to help you to also fall in love with yourself and who you are as a person, whether you're a guy or a woman watching this. So this blossoming really opens up something wonderful, loving, and spiritual within yourself. And because of that, you're going to be people will be seeing you that way as well. Like, you've almost become saint-like, or you've almost become nun-like. You might just have like this aura or this look about you, and you're embracing the love that you have for yourself, which then you can extend to others. So in your environment, whoever people that are around you, they, I think, are going to release judgments about you and about themselves, and they'll start to focus on the love and the light that, you know, you're going to be changing also the people around you who you encounter. And they in turn are going to be changing you as well, because this is a healing energy with the lotus and then this moon. You have something, you do have a goal here. There is a goal at hand. I'm not sure what that goal is, but you have hopes that you can, that either you will get what you want, or there's something that you're after, you're trying to achieve. So, focused intention. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you will make your mark. So, the end of the month, we have Vesta with home. Your household situation is improving through a move or a healthy change in occupants. And it's right above this prosperity card. So if you are, let's say if one of these endings is like you're moving out of an apartment or a house, a cottage, and you're moving somewhere else. So wherever you're going to, wherever you're leaving, you're closing out a huge chapter, something that needs to end and be released so that you can then receive something better. And I would just say that whatever you receive, whatever you receive, even if you see it as something that's smaller or not as good as, kind of like what you're leaving behind, trust that at some point in time you will see how this place that you've moved to is better than what you left. And at some point in time you will be thankful and grateful. Well, if you do come to this realization, then make sure you give gratitude for and a good loving energy to what you left so that you can receive what you have. If that makes sense. So whatever this blossoming is, if you're not moving and you're staying where you are, whatever this blossoming is, you need to do a spring cleaning. I will say that. This month I would definitely do a spring cleaning, because you need this new, if you do this, your home life for sure is going to benefit. Whether you move or you're not moving, do a spring cleaning, because that will uplift and change and reset the tone for the spring and what's to come. So if I look at the bottom of the deck, stand up for what you believe is right. Start delegating, guiding children, and divine passion. So whatever you've got going on, you might have other people that fuss with you because you've got endings here, and you might have people that might not agree with you. You're going to have to stick to your guns about what it is that you want and what you're trying to do. Ask other people to help you so that you don't have to do this all by yourself. You're good at counseling and helping and healing children, so use your skills to help them, especially if you've got children involved in your life this month where you're going through these changes, you're putting an end to things are changing. Then you may also have to counsel them as they go through it. But I'll tell you, the best way to help counsel someone is to lead by example, is to show the way. But all of this is going to invoke this divine passion, this volcano of passion for you. And it could be at the end of the month that this comes in, where it's like, you know, what's your heart's truest desires? Because there's a lot of red in that. And we've got red and red. So, very nice oracle reading this morning, for sure. Alright, so let's see what your tarot has to say. Okay. Well, here you are this month, very victorious. Okay. You are putting it, okay, so either the past like month or so, you've been really putting in a lot of work into some aspect of your life. And whether that's in yourself or in your job or your outside world, you have been very victorious in this. Someone has. Someone has. So I don't know if you got like a promotion or you had something that was something like happened. So whoever this is here front and center, whether this is you or someone you're dealing with, they had a victory in something. Now, this could also be you as well. You had a victory in something, okay? So you were standing here front and center looking and embodying this feeling of being victorious. Now, your challenge, though, is this strength card over here. So you might still have some self-doubt, some insecurity, low energy, or just even raw emotion from this situation. Now, okay, so if I say that, then so then behind the scenes, like when you're alone, okay, when you are alone, your insecurities, I feel like, start to get the best of you. Be careful with that, okay? Be careful with that, because you've got the devil over here. Now, this is either, if, let's say, you are dealing with a boyfriend or a girlfriend, a romantic partner of some sort, okay? I don't know if you're with this person or not, but let's say, maybe you broke free from them, and that made you feel really good and victorious. Like, I got this, I can do this. And then while you're alone, when you're alone at the end of the day by yourself, you know, those insecurities start to creep back in a little bit. And that is this devil energy trying to tempt you. So just be aware. And the devil, and these, you know, it's not anything to be scared of or live in fear of, okay? We are tempted with temptation all the time. Those healing bowls, that sage, you know, break it out, start using it. And then, and you know, over here, it doesn't necessarily just have to be temptation. It could just be that you're more material focused. You might feel like you're trapped in negative thinking. Or you might feel that someone has fooled you and played a trick on you or gotten the best of you. So, okay, hold on now. Okay, hold on. Hold on. All right, so now that I say that, if you feel like you've been tricked by someone, then here they are, front and center. They are feeling victorious. Whoever, if you feel like you and someone's had a dispute, oh my gosh, my chicken got a frog. Lord. Boy, these poor frogs. Okay. You know, when two people fight like that, there's really nobody wins. But somebody won something over here. Somebody won something in this dynamic because of the hard work or something they've been doing in the material world. Like, if someone was being too toxic and negative for you, trying to, like, pull you down and keep you on their level, and they weren't really trying to ascend with you or grow, and you were like, you know, I've got to get away from this negative stuff because I've got too much at stake here and too much to lose. Like, you're one to sit over here with that mentality when, you know, you don't have responsibilities and people depending on you or a lifestyle like what I do. I can't sit over here and think like that all the time because I've got a career, I got a mortgage, car payment, like I've got responsibilities and shit. I can't have that mentality. So it's like, you know, you have to step away. That situation dynamic there, whatever that storyline is there for you, it's going to make you feel bitter and angry. Okay? This is like, let me make sure where my camera angle is. This right here is in reverse. You know, this right here is like, don't get in my face type attitude. But this right here, this is the middle of the month. So I would be, you know, when we did that oracle reading, we had cycles and rhythms. So you could be in a cycle, and it could definitely be like, you know, menstrual cycle, up within your hormone cycle, where it's like, it turns you inside out. And you know, this when this card's in reverse, it's not this deck. I mean, this deck has a prettier version. But, you know, this card in the Morgan Greer Tarot makes me feel like the queen from Alice in Wonderland, where she's like, off with his head. Like, you know, you don't really want... I'll just tell you this. Whatever this toxic, negative thing is over here, okay? Whatever this toxic thing is, it's going to have you angry and bitter, definitely upset, very cold. I don't know who the heck this person is that's caused you to be like this, but, you know, this is being careless, cruel, harsh, and cold-hearted. So be careful how you throw your energy at the middle of the month. Be careful how you extend your energy. Try not to take your frustrations out on others, because you're definitely going through something here with breaking away from this negative, toxic thing. You will be able to do this. You will be victorious in it. But just know that even at you might have to work extra hard this month to really get through and break, well, to really, if you're to break free from this negativity, because you really need to cut it off. And then you also, I don't know how long you've had this in your life, so it's like, you know, sometimes this energy right here can be like a leech. Like, it doesn't want to let go. You really got to pull that sucker off, or cut it off, burn it off, something. I feel like that, because, I mean, you got the sword in your hand right here. Whatever this is, it's made you like that. And this can definitely be with words, because, you know, words can be cutting. So but you also might need this energy to be able to do this right here, because, you know, this is the end of the month, okay? So once you might feel like this energy here really gets the best of your insecurities this month. So we've got the Magician here in reverse at the end of the month. Okay. I feel like whoever you are trying to break free from, this negative thing, okay, because there's definitely something, on the toxic in here that there's a breaking free from. This is you, the Eight of Swords, but in reverse. You are finally seeing a way out of the situation. Things are finally starting to look clear to you, especially if you've been asking the universe, what route should I do? Should I get out? Should I leave? Should I go? Should I move over here? Okay, you are finally finding a way out. You're also taking control, and that control is bringing about this new feeling of freedom for you. So you're being productive. You're like taking the bull by the horns. And then whoever you're dealing with, you're leaving them out in the cold. Somebody's being left out in the cold. I mean, they look like, they're just standing here out in the cold, beat up, and they're looking at you like, you did that to me? Wow. But it's because of this toxic bullshit over here. So I'm just going to tell you, the end of the month with this Magician card here, because this is manipulation right here. So just know, it's definitely a stem from this devil card, this devil energy. So either this person or someone's really going to be trying to manipulate you to get what they want, and you need to be aware and cautious of that, because that's like, the devil coming knocking back in. You sure you want to give it one more try and see what we can do? Or you are having to manipulate this person that you've left out in the cold to keep them, away from you, or not telling them, all your moves or your plays at the moment. Doing things behind the scenes, you're not really revealing or telling a whole lot. Especially if you are trying to get away from something. So, there's fears here around a dynamic, because look, now we've got, so they say the devil and the Lover's card is the same card in the tarot deck, and here we have both of them. So there's fears around this toxic bond or something. This is where you might have to do a cord cutting thing. So I'm just going to tell you that whatever male you're dealing with, just know that at the end of March, they're going to be greedy, angry. They'll be very unhealthy in not a good form because of this situation or how this has panned out here. So I don't know if it's because you and your words this month, which really caused this masculine to turn inward, but anyways, whatever it is, like here we have them. This is like failing business, corruption, being cold, materialistic, and stable. It's almost like, I don't know what scenario has to go down between you and this person, but at the end of the month, they realize that either you are for real telling the truth, you're not investing with them. So now I'm angry and pissed off, and just know that if you talk to them, they could be very bitter and angry. So whatever this is for you, there will be a form of equality and fairness and justice between this dynamic, okay? Some way, shape, or form. It feels like something happened in the past that caused you to really see from a different angle, or fresh eyes, or a new perspective, or something. You saw a different tale or a side to this, where you were like, you had to take action. You may find yourself, looking more at your spiritual stuff to really help you, get out of this situation or to find a resolution in this. What is this Six of Wands here? What is this Six of Wands? So maybe this man was the victor. Someone here, I mean, it almost looks like somebody lied and wasn't telling the truth. And they left, did something, and it looks like they kind of paraded around about it. What is this Eight of Pentacles here? So, like, you're really having to work hard here because of your kids. Or the little girl that is really deep down within you is really stepping to the forefront here to take control of this situation. You know, your inner child is really stepping up. Because I have felt before, my inner child, she's very strong. You know, she is very strong, boy. She endured a lot when she was little. And she can handle a lot, I'm telling you. So, I need my inner child. Anyways, okay, so maybe that is a message for you if you don't have children and you're dealing with, you know, your inner child. So, all right. What is this Devil card here? What is this Devil card? Ah, pathway. So keep in mind, the pathway talks about like a year, okay? So I don't know if this has been a year coming. Some type of change around your house. Some type of change around your house. Someone leaving. And then something happening on the horizon. So this has definitely been a like, okay. So what is this Queen of Swords here in reverse? Oh, crap. So the main woman just flipped over. And look, there's this guy again. So this is this main person that you're dealing with, okay? I would say that he's very wealthy. He holds a high position in his job, his career. Now, keep in mind, this is the main guy that you're dealing with. He is definitely thinking about you, okay? Now, you might be a little salty about something I feel like that he did at some point in time. But he is going to be thinking or trying to give you a handout, a way to give you some money or something the middle of the month. What is this Magician card? Now, I don't know if he left, and so that kind of, him leaving is what made you real angry and bitter and salty. I say that because I've been there before. Okay. So if that's the case, he knows you're salty, okay? And it almost seems like he's trying to somehow wiggle in to give you some money or something around the middle of the month, knowing that you're salty. What is this Magician here in reverse? What is this Magician in reverse? Okay. So he's definitely, at the end of the month, going to be in despair about something. Like, if he was the one that said, for example, that he was leaving, then it's almost like the end of the month comes around, and he realizes that he made the wrong choice. Or, so, the end of the month, for sure, he realizes, as in, look, my throat's trying to go out, like you don't want me to tell you. He is going to realize at the end of the month, he made the wrong choice. I would not be surprised if the end of the month he wants to come, like he wants to meet you somewhere and sit down and converse and have a conversation about this. What is this Eight of? The coffin just tried to flip out, so the end of something. What is this Eight of Swords? You might be really focused on your career this month, your job, and because of that, it helps to take your mind off of this. But whatever, you remember whenever I was talking about this card earlier, and I said you're finally like taking the bull by the horns. You are getting out of the mental prison. You're stepping out. You see a way out now. You know how to get out. That's the jackpot for you, the 777. Okay? That, whatever, when you left that negative state of mind and you realize, okay, now I've got to go and do this, you hit the jackpot with that, whatever that is. So follow that, because that's going to lead you to like prosperity, abundance, material wealth, material gain, a level up in life, an ascension, whatever that is, okay? And then when I look at the bottom of the deck on that, it's like, if you once thought you were alone and having to go at it alone, like you were out in the cold, then just know that in 3 to 6 months, there's going to be a huge change. What is this Five of Pentacles here? And this could be you feeling like, you know, this guy has left you out in the cold. And look, there's a move. There's a change again. I feel like you're moving. Yeah, so it almost seems like there was something, like if you had a relationship, a marriage, an engagement, something like that, it looks like it ended. There's, like, this has been, whatever this is that's been going on, this has been going on for like, this is like a year-long process, whatever this is, okay? It's a year-long process. So if you were married, you know, in some states, like where I am, you have to be separated for 1 year before they will grant you a divorce. So it's like there's some, or, you know, this has been going on for 6 months. And now here it is where you finally reach the completion point. So it's still got at least about 6 more months to go to work itself out. Something like that, okay? So you're somewhere along in that dynamic of that year process. There is like either you left home or left this apartment, a living thing, and you're moving somewhere else now. And if you're not actually physically changing location, then there's definitely someone that's left the dynamic here, and now the other is left to like rebuild on their own. So something ended. What is this King of Pentacles over here as the outcome? What is this King of Pentacles here as the outcome? Boy, there's Ella. Look. So, something ended here. And then this masculine, of course, is like not happy about whatever this ending is. Yep. But whatever this ending is for you, trust me, trust and know that in 3 to 6 months from now, you're really going to see a huge, there's that jackpot again, huge elevation in your life, like in everything, okay? Like this is sudden wealth 3 to 6 months from now, on the, because you see we got the horizon. So I'm telling you, you may look, you may have a really, so if you are leaving and you're going somewhere else, if you're moving somewhere else, like your place is going to look very good, okay? Once you get it put together and it's situated and neat, it's going to be a really nice setup. But it's like, you're not gonna, you may not get to enjoy it that much at first because you're having to work a lot. You may feel like at times that you work way too much and you don't get compensated enough for it. But trust me, there's something on the horizon in 3 to 6 months from now. So just keep doing the work. Just keep going. Keep investing, because what you're investing in is in your future. So make sure you're investing well, because that's your goal or what you're working towards. This this guy you're dealing with, he might be like still up in your business watching you. So, and also trying to play. So just make sure that you are aware of that. So I think that's all I have for you, Leo. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you like oracle readings like the one I did at the beginning, the more spiritual type stuff, then feel free to follow me over on Facebook. That's where I do those readings. And if you like the tarot stuff, then, you know, subscribe to my channel here. Become a subscriber. And I do these monthly readings. And if this is where, you know, give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, if it resonated. And if this is where I leave you, I'll see you again here next month, Leo. Take care, and namaste.